Hello, ladies, gentlemen, scrappers, scrapettes, planet lovers, et al, and anybody in between. Et al just means everybody else. So I'm working on a Asus motherboard here. Came out of an IBM type computer, some kind of desktop. Plastic beige front, metal cabinet. I did decide to scrap it. I was thinking about reselling it, but I don't have an option to test it. I did swing by the vintage computer shop. He was not interested just because he has too many of them. So if he doesn't want it, then nobody else does. That's just the way I feel about it. So this was this way, and it had a release to pull. A lot of the Macs have that. There's a release mechanism, you pull it and you can free the board. There's a security lock set to my right, and I'm not able to get the floppy disk drive out of this computer, I don't think. I was able to get both sides of the cabinet open, but I still cannot free this board. I'd like to, because I'd like to get the pins out of it, you know. But onto that shortly. Let's talk about the board. So this is an Asus. This is the fourth time I've tried to start this video, and maybe I'll get it right this time. I don't know. Just been a busy day here. Good day, but a busy day. Busy. I'm ready for a bottle of beer and bed. I literally just walked in the house and then I wanted to get this video up. Really trying to get back into putting up more content for you guys. Been a little, there we go. A little bit beyond the 8 ball here, huh? So I've been stacking this. This is silver fingered RAM. This is vintage 1990. This has a date of March 11th, 1997 on it. Okay, so this is older, silver fingered. Great gold recovery here, and certainly great silver recovery here. You'll see this old vintage RAM will come in a couple of forms. You get this. This is the golder. This is older. Newer. This is another type of vintage RAM. Look at that. Look at the back of this. Look at the gold recovery here. So I've been stacking this. Doesn't take up too much room. I'm definitely stacking those. I did wind up selling a lot of my gold fingered RAM. I really didn't want to, but you know, we had a lot of expenses come in, and I was lucky to kind of have a nice little reserve to go to. This is the CPU that came out of it March 17th, 1997. Boy, never removed. Why would they leave a sticker on here? I don't get that at all. I wonder if it's gold. Yeah, gold banded BGA under there. That's probably got good gold in it. What the heck? Take the plastic off. Take the copper zinc off. I think this is this is going to be a Pentium, I'm sure. Pentium chip. Well, I'll leave that on there. It's got a black square under there. That's a Pentium. Ta-da. iComp 2, Intel 1992-1993. I do have a, I did order a bunch of those clamshells. I'm saving these. Yeah, look at the gold on there. This is the creme de la creme if you're doing gold recovery. I'm super careful with these. I don't intend to resell it. Those I'm stacking as well. I'll never be into gold recovery. It's not my thing, but I sell things to people who do gold recover. I hope I'm not doing this twice. I hope I'm not repeating myself, because I've done 2 videos today, and one I screwed up and had to start over again. These boards, make sure you do a Google search. Make sure it's not an old vintage board that's rare. These are common, I already know that. These are pre-2020, so they're good gold. Nice gold here, good gold. Board sorted by that is a gold finger card with bracket. I leave the brackets on because a lot of my customers are vintage computer shops and they do want to rebuild the computer or they want to use it for parts. So they've asked me to leave the bracket on. I don't mind doing so. If I was selling it to board sort, the bracket would come off and I'd get more money per pound. This is a common configuration in these computers. I see these boards all the time. I don't think they're rare. That will go into one of my boxes that I'll put up for sale on my profile page. It'll be pre-2020 gold finger cards, and that'll be a U.S. priority box full. I'm not sure what I'm going to price them at yet. I have to see what the pricing is currently. I had to get this board. Mac does this too. It's just a real pain in the kisser to get the board off. Actually, I've decided not to resell this board, not because I screwed up taking the chip out, what I did, but somebody, not me, hot glued the processor. They hot glued these cards into the slots. So I was sitting there picking off hot glue and I said, you know what? I'm not taking a chance on reselling that. The board itself is great for gold recovery, guys. Lots of gold pins. Lots of gold pins in the expansion slots. Chips, 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 chips. This is a great board for gold recovery because it's pre-2020. Ouch. I've been stacking these too. I have them up for resale. You know, I keep a couple of each. Board sort is, I don't know what their price is on these right now. I have to go look. But this is a large plastic socket motherboard. It's not great, but it's not as bad as the iCore boards. Woof, those are horrendous. Feels like, yeah, they use these plastic stoppers here. You snip those. Yeah, there's your board. Nice ceramic here. Just a nice board in general. Pretty gold flashing on the back. That's a good board, guys. I don't have a date on it, though. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, we do. March 25, 1997. So, that's a nice vintage board. 1997, guys. Again, I'm more comfortable selling this board for gold recovery because I don't have a way to test it. And just knowing that some dipwad put glue in there really gives me pause. Alright, I wanted to show you what I was working on today. So there's that board. This will add, I will reverse search these. You can do it on eBay too. You can take a picture, you hit search, and up in the box at the top of the page, take a picture of it and it'll match you to anything that's on eBay that resembles this. You're going to find these don't sell for a heck of a lot of money, and there's a lot of them on there, but I got really screwed the other day by a savvy eBayer. We'll just leave it at that. He was very savvy and I was very stupid and I got burned. So now, my advice to you is reverse search everything before you put it on eBay. Part of the problem was there was nothing else to compare it to because it was so old and so rare. Nobody had one, so there weren't any for sale. And I did everything. I looked everywhere. I should have gone to the vintage computer store and just asked him like I usually do, but I didn't. Anywho, you know what? Live and learn. I did well on the other three. I did fine on it. Just got burned on the one. This does not want to come out because of the lock. I really don't want to leave this because it's got a really good board in it. I'll show you in a second. Let's try this. Nope. I ain't gonna get that out. I've got all the screws out, but I really want the board. Because of this damn lock here. The only way I'm going to get this out is to drill. See the security lock? I can't get that out yet. But it's a 3.5 floppy drive, and I've been taking these apart. Again, there's 1,000,001 of them up on eBay. I don't need to save them. I'm not hurting anybody by scrapping this. I don't know if it works or not. I don't know. I did a reverse image on this one. It's Panasonic, and there were a lot of them up for sale for $5, $6, $7. Plus, this one I can see is broken. It's scrap, okay? Okay. She's a scrap. Why is she scrap? Because she's a bent. So this one, I did a bunch of these last night. I'm just going to do one or two to show you. I did my last live all about these boards and these drives. Old drives are really awesome to find things for gold recovery on. Hard drives are really good. We all know about hard drives. I don't have to spend time on it here, but don't dismiss these. That's aluminum, by the way. Throw that in with my aluminum, dirty aluminum, I think. There might be a brass piece in here. I don't know, I'll try to get it apart after. But this is really what I wanted to show you. Look at the gold pins. So this is going to go into this box here. I've got a box that I'm going to fill of gold pins like this. That came off of a CD-ROM. Floppy. Probably a CD. These are called... I've often referred to them as non-SATA connectors, but that's really not an accurate term. The accurate term is IDE. And when you see a ribbon wire connected to something, most of the time you're going to have really good gold pins on it. Actually, it would connect here. And they come in different sizes, but you'll get a jumper and you'll get the pins. So if you see these IDE ribbon cables, there's a good chance that you're going to have a gold bearing port underneath. I'll definitely cut that for gold pins. And that's the other box I've got in progress. I've got that box going. I've got the gold card box going. And I've got another box of those Executone phones going. So when I get them done, they will appear on my profile page. And please feel free to message me if you're interested in any of those boxes. But I wanted to show you that board out of this computer. Again, I think these large plastic socket motherboards might be worth your time to go after for gold refining. It's certainly going to be cheaper than RAM. What's your opinion? Inquiring minds want to know. Alright guys, just wanted to show you what was in that computer. Have a good night. See you Sunday.